So after committing the changes, if I view it in code, you can see that I have an extra line in my readme file. I'll now go ahead and commit it to and clone it to my local machine. So to do that, I'll click on code to go back to the home of my repository. I'll click on code here, then I will copy the link, the HTTPS link to the repository. I will copy it and come to my terminal. I will then use the command git clone and paste the link to the repository and press enter. And that is it. It has been cloned to my local machine. So I will display the list of files that are in this folder using ls. Well, I have quite a lot of items in the folder, but if you take a close look, you can see that there is a folder called Git Basics. This is the folder to my repository that I just cloned. So to work on it, I'm simply going to move inside the folder, and to do that I'll use cd followed by the folder's name. So I am now inside Git Basics, as you can see. For you to know that what was created on GitHub website is in the folder, let me list the files. You can see that we have the license file and the readme file. Let me even display the readme file for you to see. Okay, if I say cat readme.md, you can see that it has that title that it came with, the description that it came with in the second line, and the line that I added and committed on it. So now I'm going to create another file. Let me use another program. Let me use code, or let me simply use Notepad. And open another file and create another file in the repository. Let me name it hello.txt, a simple text file. Well, because it does not exist, I do not have the file. Notepad is prompting me to create the file, so I'll select yes. That way the file will be created. So let me say hello, I love Git. I will then save this and close. Let me clear the terminal for better visibility. If I list the items in the folder, you can see that I have hello that I just added. But this hello now is only in my folder. Git has not tracked it as an element of the project. For Git to now track it, I am going to stage it for commit. And to stage it for commit, I will use what we call git add. Git add dot. This dot means this current folder that I am in. The dot means the current folder that I am in. If I have made changes to any of these files or all of the files, it is going to keep track of the changes if I create new files, it will include them. But if I only want to keep track of hello.txt, for example, I can still do that. But I want to track the whole folder, so I'll use this dot and press enter. I will then commit the changes. To do that, I will use git commit -m. -m means message. It's a flag to add a commit message. So what have I done? I added hello.txt. In my message, I'll say add hello and close the quotation mark. I'll now hit enter. I have just committed changes to my project on my local machine, and it has been, the version of the project has been upgraded. However, this is only on my local machine. For it to reflect on GitHub, I need to push it to GitHub using git push command. So I'll say git push. It says authentication failed. I'm going to execute it again so that Git credentials manager will load and allow me to put my authentication code. For this authentication, I'm going to use, rather than just signing in with my browser, I'm going to use personal access token. This personal access token is a token that I will use. If you're using it, you don't have to always log in whenever you are pushing or pulling changes to or from your remote repository. To get your personal access token, you simply come to your GitHub. Account, you click on your profile picture and go to settings. Under settings, you come to developer settings. In developer settings, you select personal access tokens and click on tokens classic. I already have a token, but for demonstration's sake, I am going to generate a new token. I will click on generate new token and select generate new token classic. So I have multi-factor authentication on my account. Therefore, I'm going to use my password for it to allow me to do that. So like I said, a personal access token is a simple token that when you add it to your GitHub configuration, you don't have to always log in if you are pushing changes or pulling changes to or from your GitHub remote repository. The remote repository is the one that is online on the GitHub website. So I'm going to add a note with it. Let me say repo key. You can add anything. You can choose expiration date for it. By default, it selects 30 days, so let me leave it on 30 days. You can even make it to never expire if you choose. Let me even choose for it never to expire. Then you will define scope for it. For me, I want to work on repositories with it. I also want to work on workflow for it. So for now, this is enough. I will now say generate token.